Lassiter Factor.
What's up, all my movie-loving maniacs? This is your boy Bangful B of the Lassiter Factor, and I am back with another movie collection video. And today, I'm running down all the movies I have that start with the letter S. And honestly, this might just be the largest collection I have for just one letter. So I have a lot to get through. Like, bro, look at this. This is how much space I have left on my shelf for just movies that start with the letter S. But like I said, I have a lot to get through, so let's get into it. Starting with Salt, which Angelina Jolie movie I've not seen in a long time. I just remember I got this as a Christmas gift back in 2010, and maybe I'll rewatch it sometime. Who knows? The Tim Allen Santa Claus trilogy of movies: Santa Claus 1, Santa Claus 2, Santa Claus 3, Escape, the Escape Clause. But yeah, this is a box set that I was happy to cop when I got it. I have Sausage Party, which I'm planning on rewatching and will have a Letterboxd review of at some point next year. So, yeah, Sausage Party. Saving Mr. Banks, which is about the making of Mary Poppins. I don't know why the sticker is covering the lady who wrote Mary Poppins' face, but yeah, this is one of my favorite movies about the making of a movie right here. If you have not seen that, I highly recommend it. My favorite gangster film of all time, Scarface. Say hello to my little friend. And one of my favorite steelbooks of all time, one of my favorite Spike Lee joints, School Days. If you have not seen this, I highly recommend it, especially if you're a Spike Lee fan and want to know something about the films he's made. Let's talk about Scream. I have this Scream. It's not really all the movies, it's just the first three films plus some documentaries about it. Then I have Scream 4, rest in peace Hayden Panettiere. Scream 5, Scream 6, and then of course I bought just a few months ago on 4K Scream 7. A bad movie, but hey, I'm a completist. I just had to cop it. I have the Scooby-Doo live-action movies on Blu-ray. Scooby-Doo! Set It Off, which I'm looking forward to rewatching in a few months for its anniversary. I have 7. What's in the box? I have the unrated version of Sex Drive. This is a DVD copy of this movie I've had for a long time, and this is a severely underrated comedy, in my opinion. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, one of the last few Marvel Steelbooks I got, and can't wait to see this character return in Doomsday. The Shape of Water, probably one of my top favorite Guillermo del Toro films right here. The Shawshank Redemption. Get Busy Living or Get Busy Dying. I have Shazam, this lenticular cover that I got from Target, as well as its sequel, Shazam Fury of the Gods. Not as good as the first one, but again, I'm a completist and had to get it, and it had its moments. I have this Shrek box set, which has the first 4 films in it, except the Puss in Boots movies. It's Shrek, Shrek 2, Shrek the Third, Shrek Forever After. Can't wait till Shrek 5 comes out next year. I have Sicario and its sequel, Day of Soldado. Super great films right there. One of my favorite, that first one of my favorite Denis Villeneuve films right there. Silver Linings Playbook, the movie that won Jennifer Lawrence an Oscar, and I don't remember if Bradley Cooper won one for this movie, but he did. He did direct this. So, hello, Clarice. Silence of the Lambs, one of my favorite psychological horror movies of all time. I have Sin City and its sequel, Sin City: A Dame to Kill For. Another one of my favorite steelbooks right here because it looks like an actual comic book panel. But that first film, one of my favorite movies based on a graphic novel right there. Sinners. Need I say more? Slumdog Millionaire, one of my favorite Oscar-winning movies right here. I have not seen this in a long time and gotta rewatch it at some point. The Shining. Here's Johnny. As well as its sequel, Doctor Sleep. If you have not seen that, I highly recommend it. It was a lot better than I anticipated. I have Sister Act and Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. Sister Act 2, I have more memories with than the first one, but both of these films, excellent Whoopi Goldberg movies. I have Smile and Smile 2, which I had to buy this out of region, I believe. I haven't gotten a chance to rewatch the second movie yet, but both of these movies, excellent horror movies that were made in the past couple of years. I have Soul Food. Oh man, I can't wait to rewatch this at some point. But Soul Food, one of my favorite black cinemas of all time, right there. Soul, probably Pixar's last great film right here, in my opinion. The animation, it sucks that it had to get dumped on Disney Plus during the pandemic. Sleeping Beauty. Not particularly one of my favorite Disney films, but one of my favorite ones to go back and rewatch just for the animation. And Maleficent, one of my favorite Disney villains of all time, and just, yeah. Then, of course, Snow White, another one that I wouldn't consider one of my favorites, but it is the first, so I had to get it. Southpaw, underrated boxing film starring Jake Gyllenhaal right here. If you have not seen this, I highly recommend it. It's Southside with You, which is about the first date between former President Barack Obama and his wife and former First Lady Michelle Obama. I don't know if I was planning on rewatching this, but I'm probably going to add it to the list at some point. But if you have not seen this, I highly recommend it. Space Jam. I'm a 90s kid. Fuck it. I had to get this for nostalgic reasons. I do not have its sequel because it's... Eh. Spawn. Hey, I'm a 90s kid. I love superheroes. And this is an underrated superhero flick right here. Well, it's not really. It's more of an anti-hero. Species. I rewatched this last Halloween and still holds up in my opinion. Let's talk Spider-Man. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. I have the Sam Raimi trilogy of movies on Blu-ray right here. I have the 2 Andrew Garfield movies, Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2. I have the 3 Tom Holland movies, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home, which as of right now is my favorite of the 3. Can't wait to get Brand New Day when that gets released on Blu-ray and 4K. And then, of course, the 2 Spider-Verse movies, Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. Man, I can't wait for Beyond the Spider-Verse. That took too damn long to make. Spring Breakers. Harmony Cohen and excellent James Franco performances and former Disney stars getting naked. Well, not all of them, but yeah. I have Splits, the second film, which is part of M. Night Shyamalan's Ishtar trilogy, but this was a lot better than it had any right to be, and top tier James McAvoy performance. Spy, my favorite Melissa McCarthy movie, or comedy I should say. I'm not a huge fan of Star Trek, but I do have the recent Star Trek movies. The first J.J. Abrams movie, which I have on Steelbook, Star Trek Into the Darkness, Star Trek Beyond. Now, let's talk Star Wars. Dun, 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 dun. I have the Star Wars Complete Saga, which has the first 6 films, the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy, but I mainly have this for the sequel trilogy. Then, of course, for the original trilogy, I bought these off of eBay. I have the despecialized edition of the original trilogy. I have the sequel trilogy. Yes, I do. Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. And then, of course, its spin-offs. Rogue One and Solo. I am gonna cop Mandalorian and Grogu. Straight Outta Compton, one of my favorite music biopics. Steve Jobs, excellent biopic right here. Street Kings, I have not watched this in a long time, but I remember liking it. Step Brothers, not a huge fan of Will Ferrell as a comedic actor, but this is one of the few I like. The Substance, one of the best films made of the 2020s. Zack Snyder's, well, for a long time, I thought it was his worst film, but not anymore due to Rebel Moon, but Sucker Punch. I had that for a long time. I have Suicide Squad 2016 and The Suicide Squad. This is the better of the 2, but I think this movie had its moments. I have Super 8, underrated J.J. Abrams flick. Superbad, a coming of age teen comedy for my generation. And finally, James Gunn, Superman. And wow, that was a lot of movies for just one letter. So yeah, what did you think of those picks? Do you own any of those picks? Let me know in the comments section below. This your boy Bankful B of the Lassiter Factor. Stay safe, wash your hands. Peace.